Hi everyone, I'm Steven from YogaWorks and welcome to your practice. Today we're going to be doing slow burn for the legs. I called it this way because I discovered if you move in a slower, more skillful, more deliberate way, you actually create a wonderful opportunity not just to increase your flexibility, but also to increase the strength of all the muscles. And today we're going to be focusing on the lower body, so a lot of hip stuff. We'll touch on the quads, the hamstrings, and create a real feeling of strength and stability in the lower body. I'll probably record a couple more sessions that we can have a look at the core and at the upper body, the shoulders and the arms. But let's get started with the hips. Also, yoga is the name of working on your flexibility, which is it's true. With a regular practice, you probably find a bit greater range in your joints. But often a missing link is a little bit the strength, because if your body's not stable in a certain position, your brain, your nervous system is not going to let you in. It's going to say there's some kind of a weakness there or an instability, and the body just won't let you go further. So often strength is required to take your range to the next level as well. So the two are very much two sides of the same coin. They go hand in hand, and it's not like you're either strong or you're flexible. No, the two will reinforce and improve each other. Right, so we're going to be moving really slowly, really deliberately, and I'm going to introduce a bit of strength work from the fitness world, from all kinds of different modalities into a yoga kind of flow class. So first of all, let's start in a squat. And a squat immediately tells us how we're doing, how is our range, how are the hips feeling, and how are the feet pressing down on the earth. And we're going to need some ankle mobility, some knee flexion, and some hip flexion. All three are going to be necessary. And it's possible to sort of just sink down in a squat. But for this class today, I'm going to ask you to just lift up a little bit. And then immediately you'll feel this enlivens the whole pose. It really engages the quads more. You're pushing away against the resistance of the ground. So you're not just at the lowest point, you're like a centimeter, 2 centimeters above, sort of hovering as if any moment you could stand up. You can do the same if your heels don't touch down. Then you just have the heels a bit higher, but still lift the hips a bit so that you feel all the muscles are engaged. You get that sort of burning, a bit of feeling in the quads. Hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now lift up all the way, push your feet into the mat, and just hang down for a moment. Relax the head, relax the shoulders, wherever you can. And then roll up all the way. We'll start with some really fun mobility work where we explore the rotation of the thigh bone in the hip socket. So place your weight on your left leg. Lift the right leg a little bit off the mat. And then start to rotate the whole right leg out. You can even help with your hands, the first one, so just so you feel that action. This is external rotation of the right leg. And the foot will end up going off to the right, but we're not just turning the foot, we're turning from inside the hip here. And then let's go to the opposite side, which is internal rotation, while we're rotating the leg inwards in the hip socket. You can have hands to hips just to make sure you're still facing forward. You can also hold onto something if your balance is a little bit off today. Don't worry about this. And then external rotation. Squeeze or sort of wring the leg out in that hip socket. Internal rotation. Good. Now lift the knee to about hip height. This is neutral rotation. And then again, we're going to go into external rotation. It looks very different than the previous one because now the foot is moving, the knee is bent. But this is still the same external rotation, same as when we turned the right foot out. As far as the hip is concerned, there's different stuff happening in the knee and the foot. Back to center, oops. And then internal rotation. For me, this is quite limited. So the knee is in front of that right hip. Try not to cheat or compensate. And then one more time, external rotation. This is like pigeon pose, but now we're not resting on the floor, so you're not going to go that far. And internal rotation, so you're trying to rotate this leg inward, which will cause the foot go off to the side. Now set that down, shake it out. You probably feel there's quite some sneaky hip strengthening going on because we're standing on that one leg. So there's a whole lot of stabilizing going on in the standing leg hip as well. Stand on the right leg, lift the left foot. Feel free to hold on to something, no problem. Turn the left leg out, external rotation, and just sort of get that ringing kind of feeling deep inside the hip joint. Good. Internal rotation. Turn the foot and the whole leg in. One more time to each side. External rotation. Just feel which tissues and ligaments and muscles are involved in this action. And internally rotate. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Nice. Now lift the knee, the left knee to your hip height. Go external rotation, which is the foot goes towards the opposite side. Think pigeon pose, but we're standing. And then internal rotation, which means the foot goes out. Try to keep the knee in front of your hip. Not easy to not compensate in these movements. One more. External. Try to lift that right foot up against gravity. The left foot, sorry. And internal. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Often the left hip likes to hike up a little bit. I can feel it happening as I'm doing it. But we're doing the best we can. Shake that out. I want to do one more of these with a little bit of a upper body rotation. Stand on your left leg. Externally rotate the right leg out. And then with the upper body, let's go in the opposite direction. We're going left as the leg turns right. Now turn the leg internally. And with your upper body, go to the right, so in the opposite direction again. Often these two actions are coupled, they're combined, but now we're disconnecting them from each other. One more time. External rotation, leg. Turn left with the torso. Internal rotation, right leg. Turn right with the torso. And then place the foot down. Again, some sneaky hip strengthening here. There's a lot more coming in just a moment. So this is just a warm-up. Turn the left leg out. Keep it straight. Turn the torso to the right. Good. Internally rotate left leg. Turn your torso left. One more time to each side. External rotation, left leg, turn torso right. These movements are really good to create new neural connections in the brain-body connection. Just to figure out how to get this done. And the first time or the first few times are not going to be very easy. Turn to the other side, internal rotation, leg. Turn left with the torso. And shake it out. Well done. We'll do a couple of sun salutations where we build in some leg strengthening work. So come to the front of your mat. Mountain pose. Feel the strength in the legs from the hips. We've just worked the hips a bit, pushing down through the feet. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. You can always bend the knees a bit. It's a good idea. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, step your right foot back. So it's a long step. Now start to bend the right knee. Softly touch and lift back up. Do that a couple of times. The first few times you're not going to feel a lot. This is super easy. That's what you will think. But as we continue this for a few more rounds, especially if you straighten your leg all the way and squeeze that quad, you start to notice There's some good work happening in that quad, the front of the right hip as well, perhaps. You might even squeeze the glute, the right glute, as you get to the top. I want to do 10 of these, but I lost count, so let's say this was 8, 9, and 10. Now to round off, bend your right knee until it's just above the mat. Bring both hands onto your left knee. Just above, just above, just above. You should be barely touching. You might almost feel the mat with your right knee, but you're not quite leaning down on it. 3, 2, I promise it was slow burn. 1, lower the hands. Ooh, rest and plank for a moment. Who knew plank was a resting pose? Suddenly it is when you're doing a lot of leg work, isn't it? Exhale, lower down. Inhale, locust pose, lift the legs, lift the arms. We're doing this instead of up dog because I find it strengthens the backs of the legs quite nicely. Your glutes, your hamstrings, and also the spine. Downward dog, press back. Inhale and down dog. Exhale, step right foot forward, lower the left knee down. Just one breath this time. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale, let's go all the way up. Rise to the top. Exhale, hands to your heart. That's half a round. Let's do the second side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, relax at the bottom. Let your head hang. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands down, left foot back. So big step. Keep the hands down. Touch left knee down really soft. And straighten left leg all the way. Squeeze your quad at the end. Touch down, lift up. Do this a couple of times. You can even squeeze the glute, the left glute at the end to extend that hip a bit. This is 5. We're doing 10 of these. As we noticed, the beginning is quite easy, but after a couple of rounds, suddenly start to get some good strength work going. This is 7, I think. 8, I might be adding some sneaky ones by accident. 9, lift, lift, lift. And 10, squeeze your quad, squeeze the glute. Now bend the left knee until it's just above the mat. Look back and see. I should be able to just slide a piece of paper under your knee. And then place both hands on your right knee. And hover in this strong position. Is it comfortable? No, but is it strengthening? Absolutely. Nice. Lower your hands. Plank. Thank goodness. Never been so happy to be in plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, flat back. No, not flat back. What did I say? Locust. That didn't make any sense. Exhale, back to down dog. I'll just start naming the poses completely differently. Inhale. Exhale, step left foot forward. Right knee down. Inhale of the arms. Exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do one more round. We'll change the strengthening work. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, this time, don't use your hands. Bend both knees a bit. Lift the right foot. Stretch it back. Don't put it down yet. Bend the left knee more. Touch down really soft. Still no hands. Touch the right knee down. Start to pull the hips back. No hands if you can. Rebend the left knee. So we're alternating between a lunge and a hamstring stretch without using the hands, which means the legs have to strengthen a lot more than if you were just to relax down with gravity. Also a bit of a balancing exercise. You feel there's all kinds of strengthening, stabilizing going on in the muscles around the legs. Last one, this time you can put your hands down, wiggle the left foot a little bit forward, lift the left toes up, 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 up. Then engage that quad. You can poke it just to see. It's really active. Nice. Now we're gonna do something more strengthening, especially for the hip flexors on the left side here. What we'll do, or try to do at least, is to lift the left heel a little bit off the mat. So either it's gonna come off the mat, or you'll do a lot of effort and it's gonna still stay down. Don't worry, either way, you are a winner. So here we go. Lift the left heel or make it lighter. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, rebend, step into plank. Rest in plank for a whole inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, locust, lift everything up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale in down dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward, left knee down. Just straight forward. Inhale, lift the arms, normal low lunge. Exhale, step forward, fold into it. Inhale, get tall, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, mountain. Inhale, last round like this. Exhale, fold, relax at the bottom. Inhale, flat back, lift high enough. Exhale, no hands, push right foot down, lift the left foot. Both knees are bent, extend the left leg, a little bit like warrior 3. Bend the right knee more. How softly can you step down? No hands as the left knee comes down. Start to pull the hips back. Pull the right toes up as you move back. And reach forward. Pull back. And go forward. Try to keep your belly quite close to that thigh here as best as you can. And go forward. 3 more. Pull back. Imagine dragging your heel back. Go forward. 1 more. No, 2 more. Lift the toes. Drag the heel. Go forward. Last one. Pull back. This time stay. Wiggle the right heel a little bit forward. Place the hands down. Lift the right toes. Engage the right quad. It tends to relax, but then it's not going to work. The next step is not going to work if the quad is relaxed. Also, the more the quad is engaged, the more the hamstring gets the signal from the nervous system to release. It's called reciprocal inhibition. Nice. Here we go. You know the drill. We're going to do whatever we can to lift that right heel up or to make it as light as possible. Here we go. Hope for the best. Lift. 5, 4, 3. Welcome to slow burn. 2, and 1. Rebend. Step to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale slowly lower. Inhale locust pose. Feel the hamstrings strengthen and the glutes. Exhale to down dog. Inhale here. Exhale left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale arms lift. Low lunge. Exhale step and fold at the front. Inhale to rise. Exhale, go straight back down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, just step to down dog. From here, go halfway towards plank. It's just a little bit. Then left hand place a bit forward and more in the center of your mat. Let's come into side plank on the outside of the left foot. Right foot can stack on top. Right hand to right hip. That's a good start. If this is too hard, your wrist is sore, place the elbow down. If this is really too sore or too much intensity, you can always place a knee down. The rest of the exercise you'll still be able to do. Otherwise, I'm going to lift and lower the right leg a couple of times. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Go straight to the side. Don't worry about how high you get. 2 more. Last one. Ooh la la. Lower down onto that left hip. Bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. Nice. This is an excellent exercise. We've done a bit of outer hip work just now in side plank. Now we're getting to the inner thigh of the right leg. It's not an easy area to get to strengthen, but this one will hit the spot nicely, I think. Let's do a bit of a milder variation first, and then I'll add something else if you like. No, give me the full burn, not the half burn. All right, so the milder variation is you just lift up, you're pressing that right foot down to get into the inner thigh here, and you're keeping a little bit of weight on this left knee. That's fine. Lower slow. You'll feel that muscle is lengthening as it is active on the right inner thigh here. Lift up, press the right foot down. Keep pressing right foot down as you slowly lower. One more like this. And then we'll add the fire. If this is enough fire for you, then please stay. It's like when you choose from the Indian menu how many chilies you want in your dish. Here it comes. 3 more, either keep the knee down, or if you want to up the intensity, lift everything up and slowly lower down. Again, lift and lower, feel that right inner thigh. One more, lift and lower. Whew. Downward dog, step back. Take a moment, pedal the legs out. Now, go halfway to plank again. Your right hand, place it a bit forward of the left hand and more in the center. Roll onto the outside of your right foot. Stack the left foot on top, left hand, left hip. Option 1. Option 2, this is not available. You can't breathe when you do it, then just place the right knee down and it will still allow you to lift and lower that left leg. So we can be together. All right, side plank, leg lifts to the side. Here we go. Lift the left leg and lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower. 3 more. Lift, go straight to the side. 2 more. Feel the outer hips on both sides actually. Last one, you'll be happy to know. And lower the right hip down. Bend the right knee. You know what's coming. Left foot, place it down. I like to sort of press the foot down a little bit. It's going to help later when we lift up. 3, with support from the right knee. Lift. And slowly lower, pressing left foot into the mat. 2. And 1. Maybe you're like, yeah, this is a good one for me, I'm going to stay there. Or you're like, no, please, let's bring the fire. So this one is for you. In that case, press the right hand down, lift the whole right knee and the side body up, slowly lower down. 2 more. Lift. Feel the left inner thigh. Slowly lower down. 1 more. Lift up. Slowly lower down. Well done. Downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward to the front. Bend the knees a bit. Roll up to standing. Nice. Let's dive into some more strengthening work with some modified yoga poses. The first one, you'll be happy to know again, is chair pose. Sink the hips down. Bend the knees generously. If you stay forward, nothing much is happening. But if you go back, so your knees go sort of above your toes, maybe even further back, then suddenly your quads are like, okay, thank you. That's exactly what I needed to get stronger. And I will add a little something to get the quads to work even more. Hands to heart. Shift your weight a little bit to the left leg. Push that left foot down and then hover the right foot above the mat. Hold for 100, for 99, for 98. No, I'm joking. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the foot down and hang ragdoll for a moment. Slow breath in, side out. No time to waste. We've got some slow burning to do. Bend the knees. Don't go forward with your weight. Lean back. So sit back with your hips. Bend the knees a lot. Shift a little bit to the right. And lift the left foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold forward. Well done. In between, take a deeper breath, side breath out, whatever you need to recover. Okay, that's enough recovery. Next one is again a little bit into outer hips. So place your fingertips in front of the feet hip distance in a forward fold. You can either straighten the legs if that feels okay, or you can keep them a little bit bent if that feels more reasonable for you. Good. So what we're going to do here is just lift the right leg off to the side, straight to the side. Lift, 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 lift. Suddenly your right leg seems to weigh 1 ton. And slowly lower the right foot down. Okay, left leg, maybe it's lighter. Let's check. Push the right foot down, lift the left foot. Move it straight to the left. Straight, 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 straight. 3, 2, 1, and place the left foot back down. All right, we'll do another variation of the same exercise. For this one, keep left fingertips down, but with your right first 2 fingers, hold the right big toe. All right, I think you have an idea what we're going to do. We're going to be lifting the right foot off to the side, pressing the toe into the hand. So just go for it, see how far you get. 3, 2, 1, and place the right foot down. I'm really not sure what's easier or what's harder. They were pretty hard, aren't they? Okay, right hand stays down. Left peace fingers hold the left big toe. Push the right foot down, lift the left foot. Press the toe into the hand and lift sideways. I'm not going as far on this side as the other side for some reason. Needs some more work. 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice. One more in this little series, which is a version of Romanian deadlift. You might have heard of Romanian deadlift. I've modified it a little bit to get into hamstring strengthening in a more yoga environment. So we're going to do flat back, normal flat back, and then we're stepping the right toes a little bit behind us. Nice. So this is our starting point. Just feel that left hamstring. It should be on already. And then all we're going to do is lift and lower. Go only as far as you can safely get back up and lower. Lift and lower. 2 more. Lift, feel the left hamstring, and lower. Lift and lower. Slowly come up, shake it out. I said Romanian deadlift, but I think it's actually called good morning in the fitness circles. Anyway, in yoga we would say it's flat back with one leg back. Okay, so here we go, flat back with the left foot a little bit back behind you. Lengthen the chest forward. If you're a little bit higher up, that's totally fine. Just don't force anything. So this is a starting position. Feel the right hamstring. It's lengthening, but it needs to contract as well because it needs to help us get back up. So lift up and lower down. Lift up, lower down. Couple more. Keep the spine long. Keep the breath as smooth as possible. It's probably the hardest part. 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one, lift and lower. Good. Come back up. Shake it out. Now we're getting to some serious quad strengthening work. I'll break it down into a couple of options. And what we're going to do is we'll start standing. You could go in the middle of the mat. You just need a little bit of space behind you. Lift the right knee up. Nice. From here, bend the left knee. Start to move the right knee behind you. And then the first time, just feel with your foot. When you feel the mat, you can use your foot to slowly place that knee down. So this is a first option to start to getting used to this. Now lean forward, push the left foot down. You can push off first the knee, then the foot. Lift your right knee in front. Nice. Go back. Try to be a little bit lighter on the toes this time. Touch the toes down and then the knee. Nice. Into a little lunge. Lean forward. Can you lift the knee and the toes at the same time? Nice. Now we can start to up the intensity. Point your foot and see if you can touch the foot and the knee down at the same time. Nice. Now lean forward. Can you lift everything up at the same time? Your knee and your foot. I've got 2 more. If you want to up the intensity again, then bring the heel closer to your buttocks. Keep the foot up and see if you can just touch the knee down and then lift back up. Knee to chest. We've got 1 more. I think this is called a shrimp squat in the fitness world. Touch lightly and lift up. However you did, amazing. Check it out. Remember, your movements don't need to look like anybody else's. They just need to feel they're at the right level of challenge for you today, right where you are. Second side. That was just a little chat to give you and myself a little break. Okay, so we're getting ready. Facing forward, collect your strength around the hips, the quads, the hamstrings, everything's going to work well. Left knee up. Start to move the left knee behind you as you lean a little bit forward with the upper body. First, flex your foot so the toes can feel the mat and guide the knee down softly into this little lunge. Reverse it, go forward. You can lift the knee first, push off with the foot, left knee up. Now less momentum. Lean back, slow it down. Lighter on the left foot, knee touches down. Lunge. Nice. No momentum, don't swing. Push right foot down, lift up. Left knee high. Nice. Now point the foot if you want to increase the intensity. Move the leg back. Try to touch foot and knee at the same time. You still got a bit of support from the foot. Now lean forward. Can you lift foot and knee at the same time? More or less. 2 more. We've got the last 2. If you want, bring the heel closer to the buttocks. Lift the foot. Point the toes. Just the knee touches down. And prepare for takeoff. 1 more. Choose which option you want. Make it harder. Lift the foot, lift the foot, lift the foot. Just the knee touches down, no foot. And lift back up. Ooh, that's great. Shake it out. The next one. I've got 2 more strengthening ones. we'll do a little stretch to end off. For this one, I'd actually recommend you have your hand on a block or a book or something, a shelf that can support you, because we'll be doing a version of half moon pose. So I'm on my left leg, the left hand is on a block, the right hand is on my right hip. Open the right hip, open, so that's half moon. Then we'll go to warrior 3, so that right hip turns down, the right toes turn down, and go back to open. It's quite a small movement, but there's a lot of strength work involved, because also we're balancing on that other leg. Again, turn the right toes down, warrior 3 style. Open the right hip and lift the leg, half moon style. Should we do 2 more? Okay, fine. We'll do 2 more. Lower the right hip, turn the toes down. Open the right hip. Remember how we did that internal, external rotation? This is similar. Warrior 3, internally rotate. Warrior, no, not warrior, half moon. Externally rotate. Ooh, place that foot down and just take a moment to recover. Tiny movement. If somebody was watching you, like, oh, what's the big deal? But until you're there in the arena, slow burning your hips, isn't it? Right foot, half moon. I use a block. Use whatever you want under the right hand. If you have more range, then you can have that right hand down. But I find that the block is like a nice little extra support. It's tough enough as it is. Half moon, left hand to left hip. Turn the left toes down and the left hip. Warrior 3, kind of open the left hip, half moon. Again, turn down, hips face down. Warrior 3, half moon. 2 more. Move slowly with control. We're slow burning our hips, as you might have noticed in some of the work we've been doing. Last one, enjoy. Warrior 3 and half moon. Okay, that was good. That really hit the spot. Place the block off to the side. Last one, bit of balance, and then what I mentioned, Romanian deadlift. This is that kind of movement. So we're facing forward, have a bit of space behind you. Hover the right foot off the mat so that you're pulling up from that right hip here. And then just have hands to hips and hinge forward to warrior 3. And then hinge back up to standing, but hover the right foot. Hinge forward, kick the right heel back. Hinge up to standing. 3 more. Hinge, it's like a seesaw. The more your upper body lowers, the higher the leg lifts. And then reverse it, stay strong. Got 2 more. Hinge. And lift. Last one. Lean forward. Sometimes this is done with a weight in the hands, a kettlebell. Of course, that's way more demand, but I find even without a weight, if you move slowly with skill, with control, you're getting plenty of strength work done there. Okay, second side. Right foot down. Hands to hips. Hover the left foot. Start to lean forward. Nobody says you have to go all the way to parallel to the ground. You know, if you stop a bit earlier, there's no problem. Lift up. We're doing 5. Hinge. As the lower body lowers, the left leg lifts high. That's 2. Hinge. Lengthen the spine. Straighten the legs. If you need to bend your standing leg a little bit for balance, that's okay. Try to keep the top leg straight. 2 more. If you don't feel any burn, then you will get your money back for this class. And I'm going to feel really terrible because this is quite a burn as from where I'm standing. All right, shake the legs out. Really well done. Take a seat. Guess what? No burn at all. Cross your left leg in front of the right. Simple cross-legged forward fold. Just do one thing. Have the knees and the feet more or less in the same line. Activate the feet a little bit. Cross your shins down the middle. I know that's 3 things, but I'm sure you can handle that. Fold forward or sit upright, whatever works best for you. And take a little moment to let everything sink in. You've worked pretty hard. We've done a ton of strengthening for quads, for hamstrings, for outer hips, for inner thighs, for the glutes, for all the smaller muscles. There's a ton of muscles around the hips and that connect the upper body and the spine, the sacrum into that hip joint, or that connect the femur, the thigh bone, into the hip socket. So we've touched on all of them in some way or another. Get nice and relaxed. A nice contrast to the strengthening work we've been doing. And then slowly lift up. Cross the legs the other way, so right shin from the left or whichever side you haven't done. Flex the feet. Bring the knees and the feet kind of in the same line. Cross the shins down the middle and fall a little bit forward. Don't worry what this looks like. Just find a place where you can settle in and relax for a bit. And just feel whatever you feel. If it's a mild stretch, then let it be mild. That's good. If it's not so mild, then you can always come out a bit, or you can enjoy the bit of intensity in a different way than the strengthening work that we've been doing before. This practice also reminds us that all strengthening or any kind of transformation or big change happens slowly over many sessions. It's not like you do one yoga class and you're sorted. So this will require coming back many times, maybe building this into your regular practice or into the yoga class that you attend, some elements of this. And you're going to notice a massive change after a little while. Slowly lift back up. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Touch your hands to your forehead, to your heart, and bow to yourself on the mat. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste, everybody. Well done. This was really good strength work, and I'll see you here soon for the next installments or for some other movement and mobility. See you soon.